Hello, what is up, everybody? How are you doing? I am Emo Saru, and I am joined today by Swerve for another one of these amazing spoiler log co-pilot races. How are you doing today, Swerve?
Hello, I'm doing wonderful. I'm excited to actually watch one of these because I don't think I've watched any all week.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. We've got an interesting one today for me. So this is the Lake Hylia division, which is a just big old pile of death. It's been kind of insane. Some of the teams we got in there, but today we've got one of my teammates, the old ducky bastard, Apathy Duck 07, of the Yutang clan versus Arusta of the Long Shots. I beat this team earlier in the week. We got to see if Duck can keep it alive. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking out your standings. It looks like you probably could really use this win.
Yeah, we are definitely in a situation where we need every win we can get at this point to have a chance at that third place slot. So we are definitely counting on Duck here today.
Here we go.
To get it to happen.
Seconds.
All right, no pressure.
Okay, there's the spoiler log.
Yeah, we can also hear somebody talking. It's kind of interesting. I thought it would go away when we came up here, but
got the spoiler log.
Yeah. Yeah, we can hear. Hey, there we go.
There
I think we got rid of the team chat audio, so that's pretty cool. So Duck off to a little bit of a rough start here. Going this is the strat that we've decided on with our pilot Zolski. It bombs. Duck unfortunately I think he got a bush guard, and proceeded to get bodied beyond all reasonable expectations. Meanwhile, Arusta setting up for a Houlihan here to get some early money.
Yeah, not getting much luck with these bomb drops here. There's two bushes in the middle there that are 50-50s for bomb drops. And there's two.
It looks like he's satisfied with two. He would have had three, but unfortunately that first one despawned while he was avoiding that unfortunate guard. A lot of these early plays that the teams are going to be doing here are really, in addition to trying to get some resources, it's as much about that as it is about trying to get the pilot some time to read the spoiler log and start understanding what the runners need to do, at least in Kakariko and some of the other early game checks.
Yeah, there's a bottle with a green potion up on the race game here, so ODB is going to go grab that. Meanwhile, Arusta heading up here to check the tree pole.
Ooh, 80 rupees on the tree pole. That is a nice one, to be honest. One of the things about these spoiler log races is that all of your kind of consumable resources, your bombs and your rupees especially, but also your arrows, you're just not picking up the chests that would occasionally give them to you, right? It's really, really easy to lose track of that stuff and be in a very ammo-constrained situation. So it's always good to pick up this stuff. Looks like we've got a Tower of Hera big key in the Lost Woods here. And Duck looks like he's going to go fix his bomb situation in the little bomb shack here, but he does have to be a little bit careful with these rats. Fortunately, the beeps are gone, so we can all breathe easy now.
Yeah, this is a nice little backup, so as long as you have a full bomb, you can just turn that to as many bombs as you want. It's a bit slow, but yeah, as you mentioned, since our players, in theory, should know where everything is, you got to be a lot more economical with your bomb and arrow usage.
Yeah, the hardest things about this category are it's the ammo management, making sure you actually have enough. It's really easy for both the runner and the pilot to forget, whether they have enough or not. But also, these things tend to be quite low percent runs when it comes to health in particular. It's like we've got a hook shot in Blind Tie and a hammer.
All right, that's a nice start.
Yeah, we are rocking and rolling.
And
We'll
yeah,
glove away from some
obviously
interesting stuff happening.
the spoiler log will let you know what's in all these chests. So Arusta skipping by that bumble wall in Blindsight. Obviously, because there's no bombs, but also hopefully they just know that there's nothing important back there.
Yeah, well, we've got our... Unfortunately, that Duck's bomb route actually going to pay off a little bit, because picking up the boots in the well, he's going to be able to dash around here in the rest of Kakariko a little bit more efficiently to get through some of this stuff.
Yeah, this is actually hookshot, hammer, and boots, all in Kakariko. It's a pretty nice start.
Yeah, you're not sad about that for sure. I mean, we are running key sanity here, so there is there's quite a lot of stuff that we're ultimately going to need to get. We're going to find out. Oh, well, maybe Duck just muscle memory and blowing up the back of Blindside. I don't think we're actually going to check it.
Yeah, that must have been it. Now he's gonna go up and grab his Harabig key while Rooster's getting the boots out of the back of the well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to talk to him about this route later, because I am 99% sure that the way that he's going is substantially slower than dashing up to the right.
Well, they call it the Lost Woods for a reason.
Yeah, Duck is it's definitely a lot slower now. Duck
is a path
I think
you can take. Here we go.
Yeah, I think Duck is doing a vanilla speedrun of the game right now, in his mind, and so he's just gonna take a minute here, get this key.
Oh, and then we have the turtle small in the library.
Was that a turtle small or?
Yes.
Okay. I thought I saw something different, but yeah, those Turtle Rock small keys are really, really important to keep track of.
Yeah,
we can actually
do know that. I was gonna say that Turtle Rock is a pendant here, so if we do need to go in there, it's probably not all the way to the boss, so it might not be that important.
Okay, well, our mirror in Bonk Rocks. Looks like we're waiting on the pilot here. Somebody in chat asking about our co-pilot settings. It is just key sanity. It's a key sanity seed. But our co-pilots get the spoiler log when the race starts and are able to check out what's where and make some decisions.
Yeah, so they'll have knowledge of where everything is in a little text file that they're searching through and guiding their player through the seed. Just a basic key sanity, but which is like, this is actually a really nice settings for this kind of race. It adds a little bit of complexity to make the co-pilot aspect of it actually meaningful. And then mentioned at the top of the race, having the access to the spoiler log tends to be low heart counts, low health. So there's going to be some hopefully dangerous and spicy dungeon dives a little bit later.
Yeah. Okay, we've got our lamp at the dam. I will not be surprised to see Duck skip that for as long as he can, unless we need it as a fire source. But looks like we're going to go hit the back of Escape. But we've got a pretty interesting Death Mountain kind of starter pack here. So we'll see where Solsky might be sending Duck next. Meanwhile, we got Arusta going down to Mini Moldorm Cave. So we'll have to see what we pull out of there. Ooh. So this is really, This is pretty heads up on Solski's part to go get that sword as early as possible. It's just going to make everything a lot more comfortable. The fighter sword, in a lot of ways, is kind of like a boots upgrade, because once you have it, you can dash safely and dash through enemies.
Yeah, absolutely. Dashing around swordless is a great way to run face first into like a dark world enemy for 3 hearts.
Yeah, I've definitely never done that, that's for sure. Just never lost runs to it or anything like that.
Yeah, it's just really, nice. Like you said, it's mostly utility. You don't want to be dashing face first into enemies, which is particularly helpful when you're someone like Duck, or you're kind of familiar with doing vanilla speedruns. You might have like certain dash routes through screens or rooms of the and not having a sword will throw all of those off.
Yeah, and honestly, just early boots availability in general is going to be pretty good for Duck here. One of the things that running the game a lot, going for really good times, does teach you is kind of how to run rooms, and you end up learning those rooms with the boots, right? So in those screens with the boots, having a little bit of trouble getting his. Oh, okay, Duck.
Meanwhile, Arusta did take a detour over to Agino's cave, picking up a bombos.
Yeah, I have to imagine that's going to be necessary. So I'm sure we'll see Duck over there at some point. The question is going to be, when does Solski send him over there?
Well,
but Duck is heading up Death Mountain.
Yeah, and with this book on top of Spectacle Rock, and Desert being a crystal, I imagine it might make a bit more sense to save that bombos until ideally you can clear Desert with it.
The flip side is we might end up going and grabbing that lamp on the way to Desert if we do need to go over there early. Looks like we're gonna get a Harapot here from Duck. And gets it first try. Nicely done.
Yeah, Harapot is a trick that actually really shines in this format. Harapot normally is one of those tricks where you can save a bit of time at the risk of just completely screwing yourself over later. But when you have the spoiler log,
yeah, at this point we are a moon pearl away from swamp. So there may be a pretty interesting, south part of the world run that we can do coming up here. Duck considering going for Book of Mudora strats on Moldorm, but opts to pull out the hammer instead, which is probably a safer choice.
I don't believe we've seen the swamp small key for that.
That is true. Yeah, I remember we got the big key, but not the small key. That's what it was.
Which can be an easy thing to forget in Key Sanity. And also just flippers, which, I mean, we did pick up out of that Hera big chest, but that can also be a thing that you can forget in these settings.
Yeah, most definitely.
Not that I've done that.
Alright, so it looks like we are heading over to the east side of Death Mountain on Duck side. Meanwhile, Arusta picking up his mirror. Coming out of Bonk Rocks. Let's see where they end up heading.
It looks like they're going to go up and make their way up towards Hera as well.
Yeah, I am less familiar with Arusta's play, so I don't know if he knows Harapot or those other things. We do have the Tower of Hera big key, actually, if I'm reading that correctly. So it's really just a time save. We are logically able to get up there and do what Duck just did.
Yeah, absolutely. The Hera big key was on the mushroom spot, so we got that super early. And even with the Harapot, the flippers were in the big chest anyway, so you do need that key.
Yeah. Oh man, I've got so many things to talk to Duck about after this. So one of the interesting things about this this spoiler log is Paradox Cave is labeled in the most unintuitive possible way, where the two chests on the bottom are actually labeled as Upper Paradox Cave, or Upper Paradox, and the top 5 are labeled as Lower, and it's really, really bad. I don't like it.
But I mean, you know, it's Paradox Cave. It's all a matter of perspective, Emo.
Have
you tried standing on your head?
I feel like my personal feeling on the matter is that my perspective makes more sense than the perspective that they're using.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. I'm not gonna argue there. There's definitely some choices in the spoiler log.
Yeah, I will say that that folks did some good work. I think Senak helped out a lot with this, reformatting, reordering some of the stuff in the spoiler log for this format here in the league, which did help a lot. The actual the base site spoiler logs are definitely in an order that is even worse to read and work with, and so and they do weird things like referring to Pod as Dark Palace instead of Palace of Darkness and stuff like that. So there are some fixes that have been made to make it better for this mode.
Alright, well, Arusta's working up Hera. You see old Ducky B here, summon up to the Waterfall Fairy. He's got almost 700 rupees. So I imagine we're going to be seeing a purchase from Zora.
Yeah, we got another TR small and a Thieves Town big, both really crucial keys here. At this point, we have to assume that there is absolutely something in the back of Turtle Rock. Picking up all of these Turtle Rock keys is definitely what you do when you're trying to get to Laser Bridge and/or the boss. So we shall see.
You only need 2 to make it to Laser Bridge. So if that's as far as we're going, that's good enough. But getting to the boss or opening that vanilla, well, I guess you could also open the vanilla big key with 2, but then you can get to Laser Bridge. You're gonna need at least 3 to get to the boss either way.
Yeah, I think that we don't know exactly where it's going to be. I think either way, given that they had other reasons to go to those locations, picking up those TR smalls is never a bad thing. Assuming we're going into TR and it's not out of the way, having them is only going to speed you up. Best case scenario, maybe we don't need to steal the key if we don't need something on the boss. Otherwise, with 3, we're able to do everything. Or almost everything.
Yeah, now it looks like we're seeing that play on the desert here. With boots, the big key, the book, and that lamp picked up from outside the dam.
Yeah, I think that was
to do everything but right side.
Yeah, really heads up routing, assuming that was on purpose from Solsky there to delay the lamp until going to desert. I think that was that's the type of stuff that people who are good at routing these things out in their heads can pick up on. That I think it's shockingly challenging to do that level of planning in these things.
There's a back. Yeah. So I imagine we'll use that to either get into Mire or Turtle Rock.
Well,
or
according to our looks like our tracker has peeped the spoiler log, so we do know that Quake is the medallion for both of them.
Yeah, absolutely. So we might need that Bombos that Arusta picked up for Ice Palette, or it is entirely possible that they were just doing some checks while their co-pilot was kind of sorting through the spoiler log.
Yeah, I think either is equally likely, frankly, but having that Bombo certainly doesn't hurt, and depending on what equipment our runners are expecting to be on in GT, Bombos can be a nice medallion to have for the gauntlet if you're a little bit under-equipped.
Yeah, absolutely. When it comes to these low health kind of races, not dying is priority number one. So normally using those medallions to get through the gauntlet would be slow compared to your normal way through. When you're sitting at like 5 or 6 hearts or something, you're afraid of dying. Just bust out that bombos and blow everything to heck.
Yeah, absolutely. There's something to be said for showing off and being a little bit swag, but this is not the time to do it. So it looks like we're gonna get, I'm expecting a hammer moth here, or maybe a master sword moth, or sorry, Whammo. My brain. It totally works, don't worry.
Yeah, Lamola's here, like all of the Light World bosses and many of the bosses in the game take the same damage from Master Sword as Fighter Sword. So you really want to see either these spins for the Tempered Sword damage or busting out that hammer if you're comfortable with it. But sitting at 1 heart, playing it safe with the spins seems like the way to go here.
Yeah, most definitely. The spins are great. Honestly, the biggest danger in this fight on super low health is the rocks. With those spins, you can occasionally get bodied into a rock if things go very badly, but it's pretty unlikely. Yeah, making it through okay. I think Duck actually does have a fairy in a bottle as well, so.
Oh, that'd be handy. I'm sure you want to save that for a little bit later.
Yeah, that's it's a whenever we take that dive into Turtle Rock sort of safety you'd like to have for sure.
See, and there's that, yeah, Arusta had a fairy in a bottle. Dying to that Beamos on purpose, I'm assuming they were gonna try to die for a little health refill at the beginning of the dungeon, forgetting that they had a fairy.
Yeah, they definitely just walked over into into that Beamos, so that pretty much had to be on purpose. What are we gonna get out of Agina's cave here?
That's where Bombos was.
Oh, that's, yeah, okay. I missed where that came from.
Yeah, so now seeing it picked up on that side too, I have to imagine we're gonna be seeing that.
Yeah, we must be doing Ice Palace with that. Where are we going, Solsky? That's the Where Are We Going, Solsky menu dance. That's what that is.
Just mashing some inputs while you're waiting for your co-pilot to figure some stuff out. I imagine we're gonna be seeing our first Dark World dive here.
I think you imagine correct. It took a second to figure that out, but I think you are correct. Question is, where in the Dark World are we going? Like, we'll be starting with Hype Cave. Not much surprise there.
Yeah, with five checks in here, in Key Sanity in particular, you're almost always gonna have to stop here for at least 1 or 2 things.
Yeah, so I think we got our first 2 pod smalls here in this cave. Pod smalls and TR smalls are definitely some of those contentious keys to count. You know, if you pod in particular, we can do a whole heck of a lot in pod with not very many keys if we know how to do a bomb jump and if we know how to route the dungeon effectively. So this is going to be a definite. What are we doing here? We're emptying our bottle. Oh, we're gonna pick up a red potion. Wonder if we're going to Spike Cave.
But yeah, sitting at 3 pod smalls already. Given the access to the spoiler log, that's usually enough to grab whatever you need.
Yep. And beat the dungeon, so. Alright, so we were picking up a red potion for reasons. We burned a green potion to get a red potion.
Well, I mean, I guess just in general, the red potion, when he's low health, set, is just generally more valuable.
It's definitely helpful to have, but going over where he went to get that, I'm wondering if there's a purpose for it. Something a little bit more than just caution. But it looks like we might be taking that Thieves Town big key into Thieves Town right now.
Ouch. Yeah, see, that's where the low health gets scary once you get into the dark world. Sitting at 4 hearts, yeah, everything's gonna kill you in pretty much 2 hits.
Yeah, it is not a friendly place to be, that's for sure. One of the things about Thieves Town here is that these first 4 chests all have really terrible names in the spoiler log, and nobody knows what they actually are.
They make perfect sense. Like, this is called
no,
ambush chest, because you get ambushed by these 2 little slimes.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And then it's
all
like
the names,
map
all the
compass
names
and
are
big
terrible.
key chest, which is what you get in them normally.
They should just be called 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's what they should be called. It's like Arusta following not too far behind into Thieves Town here, where we get our Titan's mitts.
All right, that's
And our Swamp Small. That's a whole heck of a key right there. It looks like Solsky has said we're
leaving.
done here.
Yeah, we do see down there that Thieves Town is a pendant. So even though that they do have the big key, looks like that might be all we need.
Yeah.
So as you mentioned earlier, we have everything to do swap now that we have that small key. And those Titan's Mitts do open up access to Ice Palace.
Yeah, so right now we're in a situation where we've got Solsky is a sword, or sorry, Duck is a sword up. Solsky has Duck a sword up over Arusta. Arusta does have 1 more heart than Duck, and it's nothing to sneeze at, right? He's got 20% more health than Duck does, so it's an interesting choice.
Yeah, and I did see in Arusta... nice flute. Okay. I mean, that's actually a really fairly convenient spot for it.
Yeah, that's not so bad at all.
But I was going to say, I did see in Arusta's menu that he has 3 heart pieces. Again, when you have access to that spoiler log, it's kind of nice if you can keep track of the number of heart pieces. Because you can use collecting that 4th one to give you a nice convenient health refill. If things kind of work out that way.
Yeah, it's always really funny to me when you're watching these things because you can kind of hear the conversation that's going on where, I can just hear Duck saying, wait, do I need to do race game? Or do I need to do dig game? And Solsky going, and so Duck doing like 3 screen transitions in a row. And then finally Solsky saying, no, you don't need to do it. No, you don't need to do it. You can just go. And then he leaves. That's how this goes. These races are fun, honestly. Like, they're interesting to watch, in my opinion, but they're actually really interesting to play, as long as you've got somebody who's actually good at navigating these things.
Absolutely, I agree. Having done a few practices over the week, just both sides actually. Like, it's fun to play. It's a nice challenge with the low health. And it's just a fun routing exercise if you're the co-pilot.
Yeah, I tried to be the co-pilot and I can't do it. Like, I literally can't. It's too much information up front, and I can't. My brain needs to organize it more than I have the opportunity to do.
Very nice heart container in that first chest of swamp.
Yeah, that is a convenient one. So, that's kind of the goal here, is to pick up pick up your health where you can, where it doesn't take you too far out of the way, so the value proposition is off. And that's a great value heart container right there.
Yeah, meanwhile on Arusta's side, stopping into a shop to pick up a red potion as well. And maybe another one.
Yeah,
Stocking up on those health potions.
I am definitely beginning to think that there may be a spike cave play.
There may be
coming
a
up at
spike
some point.
cave play at some point. I also feel like we might be heading over into Ice Palace after Swamp here. Alright, well there's an ice rod, so I feel like we might be seeing our good friend Trinex.
Yeah, I think that third
Just a
Turtle
hunch.
Rock small key is going to be opening that door to get to our pal Trinex. So Duck is so angry that he doesn't have the Cane of Samaria right now, so he can't do that beautiful, beautiful clip in Swamp. That holy diver, or whatever we're calling it now.
Nice convenient bow in the waterfall room there.
Yeah, it's fantastic. From the looks of things, I don't think that we are. I don't think we're going to be going to Left Side Swamp, and so I'm sure we're very happy about that.
Yeah, looking at the tracker over on ODV side, we have a lot of stuff to clean up the seed already. We're gonna be getting the crystal number 3 off of Argus here. Already have the Eastern Palace and Pod Big Keys, some Pod Smalls, and all the items to do both of those. I'm very curious what we would need out of Turtle Rock at this point. We're missing the Cane of Samaria for Meyer, but that can't be in Turtle Rock.
Yep. We do have a fire rod that we need to pick up at some point. And we do also still need our Turtle Rock Big Key. But there's our Tempered Sword. So that is very nice to find.
Perhaps just picking up that Ice Rod along the way for the faster Argus kill? I mean, you did say we need the Fire Rod, and that might be true. But Skullwood's being a pendant. Although I guess, I mean, GT Big Key is at large, and until that's in our possession, who knows what we need. Yeah, that was a very, very nice, quick Argus kill on Duck's side. Dashing through back over to Kakariko, that shiny Tempered Sword, going to activate this bird. She could have done immediately after picking up the flute, so probably a brain fart there.
Yeah, I think that was almost certainly unintentional. Unless we've got other business here in Kakariko, but I can't imagine what we would have. Looks like we are going to be pod Easterning right now. How many pod keys do we have? We have 3 pod keys, it looks like, and the big key. So we've got access to pretty much everything we need. We have the Eastern Palace big key, so we can full clear that, whatever we need out of there. So this is looking like a pretty quick one, Swerve.
It sure is. Yeah, we'll be able to wrap up these 2 crystal dungeons, and Duck had already finished Swamp, Hera, and Desert, so that'll put him at 5 crystals already. Meanwhile, Arusta working his way towards the back of Swamp, which will be their third crystal, and they'll get the Master Sword off of Argus. Still missing that third sword off of Zora.
Yeah, so Duck gonna be well, Duck first of all gonna be missing his spin speed, but and jumping off the ledge. But Duck is short of rupees for our good friend Kiki the monkey. So he is going to mirror a bit earlier than you might otherwise, and go to Eastern Palace first. We'll be seeing that rupee room in the back of Eastern Palace, I expect.
Yeah, it's always unfortunate when you don't have enough money for Kiki and don't realize it. But thankfully, that rupee room in the back of Eastern here will be a convenient little place, especially considering we already need to clear out Eastern, or you could just get some rupees right there.
Yeah, we're still going to need another 5, but there's a pretty good chance that we'll get that from some enemies along the way, so... And worst case scenario, we can just drop in there and grab a couple and we'll be good.
Yeah, unfortunately, Arusta still sporting that fighter sword. Got a heavy menuing Argus over here.
Yeah, Duck realizing that there's 20 bucks sitting on the floor and makes the smart decision and goes back for it before the super tout despawns, so. Yeah, Arusta doing a pretty reasonable job on these bosses here, but that lack of sword upgrades is definitely hurting him time-wise by comparison to what Duck was coming in here with.
Yeah, this the hook shot to hammer combo in Argus. It's just, unfortunately, it's slow. It's thankfully a very safe and easy strat, but all of these menus start to add up, even compared to just having the Master Sword and being able to swing twice.
Yeah, even a pretty mediocre Master Sword fight, I think, is still, at worst, kind of on par with the menu boss in a lot of cases, so... Which is good, because Duck had a very mediocre Master Sword Argus fight, but he did have a
The shots fired.
I gotta dunk on him a little bit.
I mean, I'm glad you are, because I didn't watch him fight Argus. My attention was elsewhere, so I'm glad you caught it.
Yeah, per the way Duck seems to talk about me when he commentates my races, I've got a running list of things to discuss with him later about his gameplay. So.
So we're there, jotting down notes.
Yeah, I don't even have to. I don't have to write them down. They're so obvious. They're just seared into the back of my retina. So. Yeah, Arusta doing a decent job with those arrows there. Not entirely sure why he didn't just pull out that hammer. The timing's a little bit tricky, but it's a lot faster than what we just did. Solsky being a bro, getting Duck another heart container.
Yeah, and that ties us up on the heart count here. Duck having the advantage of that tempered sword overall for equipment.
Yeah. And having, just in general, every heart that Duck has picked up has been very, very on the way here. So hasn't really been paying much penalty for getting his hearts. And blue mail, wow. What a nice guy Solsky is.
Yeah. Better safe than sorry, I suppose. Oh, Arusta. Okay, I was wondering, we didn't see the Bombos tablet check over on Yutang's side. Arusta going over there to pick up the 300 rupees off of Bombos. That will put him over the 500 for Zora, where he'll be able to pick up his tempered sword.
Yeah, although he may be thinking that was just an expedient way to get the pod rupees, looking at the way that he's dashing here.
Well, I mean, he's already at 240 rupees, so he didn't need anything for pod. I have to imagine you're going to be seeing Zora, maybe not right now, but at least before Ice Palace, I would think.
Yeah, that's true. And definitely having that tempered sword going into a cold stare fight is, you feel a lot better about that cold stare fight with a tempered sword than a master sword.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I know personally for me, it's one of, if not the biggest boss fight that the tempered sword makes a difference, not counting Ganon, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, that cold stare is one of those fights where the longer you spend in that room, the higher your odds of dying are. Getting that fight done in half the hits is no joke. It's a pretty huge benefit.
Yeah, absolutely. And the tempered sword sets up for a lot easier quick kill, which also just, makes you a lot less likely to die.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and also, more to that point, Duck again as a pretty accomplished vanilla runner of this game. It's what he's used to doing that fight with, and so basically his muscle memory gets to be used right now, and that's a pretty huge upside for him. The Helmasaur King goes down pretty quick. 1 tempered spin and 2 slashes.
Yep, and exploding just as Arusta picking up that heart container from the front of Pod. There is our 3rd Turtle Rock Small.
Yep. I have to assume that there's pretty good odds that we're going all the way to Trinex, but I don't know. We shall.
I don't know. The long shots didn't pick up that ice rod in Swamp Palace. So I had mentioned it during the fight that it might have just been, since it's along the way, I mean, you have to walk past that big chest, and you already had the big key. It might have just been a Galaxy Brain move to grab that ice rod for the 1 cycle Phase 2 of Argus. That definitely would have helped on the long shot side.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's true. I had forgotten that they didn't pick it up. So yeah, that is true. Well, if we're not going to the end of Turtle Rock, this is definitely looking like a fast seed here. But we've also picked up a shocking number of Turtle Rock keys if we're not going. Okay, well here is our Spike Cave play. Duck going to be taking advantage first of that fairy that he has.
Yeah, fairy is very nice for Spike Cave. So obviously you get the health refill, but you also get all those extra iframes.
Yep. There is our Cane of Samaria.
Of course. Yes, I believe at this point the only thing really missing would be the GT big key.
Yeah, that is. I mean, assuming we don't need to do certain things in Turtle Rock, we are 1 GT big away. Very, very quick. Good lord. What a...
Arusta entering the back of Pod, just as Old Ducky B laying down that Quake for opening Mire here. Old Ducky B at full health, so he does have sword beams, but no fire rod, so he's not going to be able to use his normal Mire 2 strats. Looks like he's debating a little bit on how to approach this ring.
Yeah, the Kane and Samaria strats in here, if you're comfortable with them, are pretty darn good, actually. Going for a slightly less than optimal version of that strat, but still very much, you know, in the ballpark on what a good version of that room looks like.
Yeah, Samaria, those Wizrobes in the back are kind of set up in a little cross formation, like many of the Wizrobes are in this game. So Samaria is great for clearing out the back part of that.
Yeah, whether you can do the ideal version of that strat or not, there is actually a little bit of enemy RNG with the Ropas in there, that affect, or the Popos, or whichever one they are.
Yeah, the Popos.
Yeah, meanwhile, Arusta doing a pretty good job here with these hammer dashes. Unfortunately, getting pinned down at the bottom of that room, and that is an unfriendly place to be.
Yeah, just fire and forget a few arrows into Helma's big dumb face to finish him off. Alright, so that's Arusta picking up their 5th crystal. Meanwhile, Ducky B nearing the back of Meyer here. We'll be seeing him fight Vitreous shortly.
Yeah, we've just been running right through this mire. I don't think we've checked a single thing. So, this is looking like, I mean, they obviously know where GT Big Key is, and
and it's not here.
As far as they're concerned, yeah, I mean, clearly, as far as they're concerned, we have everything we need. You know, that's what this looks like. So.
Yeah, and we're sitting at a good, healthy 7 hearts with Tempered Sword, so this should be a quick and easy fight.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy. Almost missed the 0 cycle and dropped an input, it looked like, on the back there, but still quite a good fight, and made it happen. Only took 4 hearts of damage.
We got a nice little gift of powder off of Vitreous.
Yeah, that's a very nice thing to find, especially going into GT soon. Being able to powder at the top of that is really, really nice.
Powder's all around one of the best safeties in this game.
Yeah, what do you think's in this checkerboard cave here, Swerve?
I'm gonna guess a GT Big Key.
I'm gonna agree with your guess.
It was either, like, I guess, like, maybe Silver Arrows could have been back here, but I couldn't really see going over here for anything else.
Yeah, well, with that, I think we're in go mode, Swerve.
I would have to agree. So it looks like we're gonna go use that Bombos to trudge through Ice Palace. We got Candace Samaria, so we can Icebreaker. That'll be a very quick clear, and we'll be up to GT working our way through that lickety split.
Yep, the main thing that Duck has to do here is remember in his brain to hit the switch before doing his icebreaker. That's the critical thing that he needs to do. If he does that, he's fine.
If he doesn't do that, we'll all point and laugh.
That is correct. I will add it to my list, and we will discuss it later.
Yes. Duck enters his way through the front of Ice Palace here. Arusta, near the back of Eastern Palace, gonna be fighting Armos next. From here, we might see them do these last 2 dungeons in a little bit of different order. If I was long shots, at least, I would probably go pick up that sword from Zora and do Ice Palace first, and then go do Meyer.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, having that tempered sword on Vitreous, especially with relatively low health, is definitely a nice thing. Although
yeah,
again,
when I said... Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, the thing that I'm still a little bit confused on is we picked up a whole heck of a lot of TR small keys and a big key.
Yeah. Yeah, my assumption at this point now would just be that our co-pilots here weren't entirely sure if there was gonna be a dip into Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
And a lot of those small keys, like one was in like what Hype Cave, I don't remember where the other one was, and then one was on a boss. So a lot of that is just like on the way, probably like, okay, just pick that up in case we need it. I haven't quite sorted that out yet.
Yeah, I have a feeling it was the, just get everything in there. I don't want to go back and look at it kind of things, for sure. Duck
Yeah,
unfortunately getting the slightly off stair clip and taking a harder damage as a result. Gonna be picking up something in this Freezor's chest here. I have to assume it's gonna be half magic or 100 rupees. Okay. We might be buying a potion.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know what else we're doing with 116 rupees. I feel like we're at this point in the game. I feel like we're buying a potion.
Yeah, I guess if that
or
flute, you
Solski's
just-
confused and thought it was a heart container. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it could have been like a chest to mix up. Maybe there's something else in Ice Palace that they wanted to grab.
Yeah, so a little bit of a cold stare party over on Duck's side, but not too bad. And meanwhile, over on Arusta's side, not gonna go get that tempered sword before doing Mire. From the looks of it, we're going to Mire and then presumably Ice, unless there is a sword here in Mire Shed.
Yeah, and then another 50 rupees off Cold Stare. So yeah, we might be seeing a quick pit stop by the Witch's Hut. We do have that flute, won't take very long.
And I think we got bombs and we got $20 in Mire Shed, so that may have been a mix-up with the checkerboard cave here. Interesting. So we got an arrow capacity upgrade.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's not a bad call.
So that is gonna refill your arrows. And since I want to say Duck was at like 4 arrows leaving Mire, so might as well run in there and grab that to fill up to 35 to help that GT climb.
Yeah, I think the question is, are we gonna find those silver arrows or not? I'm assuming at this point the answer is no, but I'm curious to know where they are. I think I'm gonna look.
Yeah, very unlikely unless it's one of those 4 chests on the way up towards the top of Ganon's Tower. And yeah, there is Arusta entering Mire. Yeah, I'm a little bit concerned. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still got at least a health potion left, maybe something else in that bottle. But you would really like to see that sword pickup before going in here, because Vitreous and Cold Stare are like the 2 bosses besides Ganon that temper. Well, okay, it's all the late game bosses. Try next, it makes a big difference too.
Yeah.
Really would like to see that. We're getting some arrow pickups too, though, because I was going to point out, coming in here with 7 arrows, Master Sword is not ideal, but 10 more will help out quite a bit.
Yeah, we will not be doing the big key guessing game on account of us already having the big key. Just FYI, chat. So. Also, I wouldn't start it regardless because it is a meme. And I don't approve of it. Just like Willard, he is also a meme, and I don't approve of it.
Alright. Duck entering GT. About 52.5 minutes here.
I'd like to clarify, I like memes. I just think all rando memes are terrible. That's the thing. There are many good memes in the world. Just none of them are about rando.
Oh, And there's Arusta taking a little detour. I was about to question this path through Mire, but a nice cape pickup next to the big chest.
Yeah, that is not a bad thing to have here for sure. You may be thinking about dashing through Vitreous back here, but looks like we're taking a moment to consult.
See Duck flying through the gauntlet here. It's where that vanilla speedrun practice paying off a little bit.
Maybe not flying so much by the time of that last room, but
oh, you called him out before I got to it. He obviously opened up the menu, was gonna switch to fire, and then realized he didn't have it.
Oh, I was talking about the room before. He went all the way around that room. That was quite an adventure.
Gauntlet 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he opened up the menu. I'm pretty sure he wanted to switch to fire rod for that room.
Oh, okay.
Had it, and so he resorted to trying to shoot an arrow shot.
See, that's weird because I don't think he actually uses fire rod in that screen in general anyway, so I don't know why he would be switching to fire rod, but. Does at least have Samaria though, so at least doesn't have to do the very painful versions of these rooms. At this point, but you know, with this time, I don't think, given that we're doing silverless, I don't think we're gonna see the sub hour, but it's gonna be damn close.
It's gonna be really close. We can get a 2-cycle Ega 2 and like a no warp, like a really nice Ganon fight. Maybe.
It's possible, but I think we're gonna see a very, very, very low 1 hour time here.
Wow. You know what? I am gonna go the other way. I think he's gonna just cut the hour.
I mean, I'll be super impressed and thrilled if it happens. I just think Duck is not exactly known for getting good RNG in this game. He's actually got. Do you remember there was that Stephen King movie where the old lady cursed Charles Grodin? At any rate, Duck's got like the curse on him. See, there you go. There's that curse I was talking about.
That wasn't RNG. That was just getting.
No, I know you got body, but yeah, but he's got the taint on him. He's got the curse. He's been marked.
Meanwhile, while we're discussing the curse of Duck, Arusta did clean up Vitreous there. Good use of the cape and some arrows. And now we're gonna go see him pick up that tempered sword and head into Ice Palace to grab their last crystal. Was that RNG too?
No, he's just throwing.
Just double checking, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, he's just throwing. Pretty sure that probably only counted for one, unfortunately.
Yeah, it looked like a single to me.
Oof.
No, some more bad RNG on the Ega 2 fight. I may have cursed Duck by saying that he was gonna get the sub hour.
Again, Duck is more than cursed enough on his own. There's no curse that we can put on him that even begins to approach the curse he put on himself. So,
All right. After an Aga 2 fight that I can only describe as smooth as butter, just past the 58-minute mark, we're going to see Duck heading into Ganon. Meanwhile, Arusta picking up that Tempered Sword. He's just got to fly down to Ice Palace and pick up their 7th crystal before heading into GT themselves.
Yep, gonna pop that potion, and here we go. The most annoying thing here is that Duck is doing Lamp Ganon. So we do have the Tempered Sword, which helps a lot, but getting triples with the Lamp requires, you definitely need the Torch Glitch active. And it's a little bit funky timing as far as when you actually need to light the torch, so...
That was a nice little smooth walk through the fire ring there. I totally forgot that we didn't pick up Fire Rod in the seed.
Yep.
That may have changed my decision on the sub hour.
Yeah,
even
it's
before
not
the
possible.
Moldorm 2 and Aga 2 incidents.
Duck taking no chances on getting that torch glitch there. He, I'm not sure I've ever seen him hit the Y button that many times that quickly. That was a heated gamer moment on the Y button.
I don't think I've ever seen the magic meter drop so fast from someone using the lamp before.
Yeah, the word is precipitously. It dropped precipitously. The other bow was in Crystal Roller Room in Turtle Rock, aka somewhere we're not going.
Oh, that's what the Turtle Rock Smalls could have been for.
Could have been.
Meanwhile, Arusta pulling off that icebreaker just as Ganon goes down.
Yep, so with that, we can say a hearty GG to Apathy
Spent all this
Duck
time learning that
07,
trick, and I still haven't had a chance to
who
use
is
it in
07ing his way
last
into
two
the chat right
practices
now.
I've run. Kane of Samaria has
GG.
been in Ice Palace.
And
Way
we
to
can
finish
hear discussion
Finish
audio again.
strong. Swerve.
Yeah,
Swerve.
I have a
What's up?
long annotated list.
If it's about that Aga fight, you can take that list and put it somewhere because those
It's not
patterns
it's not about the Aga fight.
Dear God.
It was the worst Daga fight I ever saw. I'm just gonna get that off my chest.
First of all, the
no,
first
it was,
one was
and we're joined by
double that got
Solsky as
eaten.
well.
So I don't want to hear that.
All right,
Yeah,
do you
no,
guys
it
need
wasn't
to
about
take
the
this
Aga fight.
team meeting somewhere private?
No,
No.
we're gonna have it right
Right
here,
now.
right now. It's not about the Aga fight. It's about all the other things you did.
Also, shout outs to Unfit for the sub 1 in the bag right before I yeeted myself off a Moldorm platform. So
To be fair, you ate it off the platform like 20 seconds before that, so
Yeah, there were a lot of what did you say
Well,
recently
Emo-
on stream? Oopsie doopsies. There were a lot of
Oh my
oopsie doopsies.
God.
whoopsie doopsie. Yeah, probably.
Yes, yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to misquote you.
Yeah, so wait. There was okay. Besides, honestly, the hardest enemy in this entire seed was that blue guard in the 5 seconds of.
That was the first thing I was gonna bring up was the start of this seed for you.
I'm looking through the log, and then Duck is like, "Oh God!" I'm like, "What's going on? Are you gonna like get it or something?" Like, he's like, "No, I almost died." I'm like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, it was
It was an adventure.
it was a high clench moment for sure.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. It was like, "All right, this is how we lose." Like,
Look, you
the
keep
first
saying you
10
want
seconds
more.
of the game.
We practiced these, and I keep asking you questions. You're like, I want more time. I want more time. So I decided to give you more time by having some sort of epic bush battle with the blue guards out there.
That's precisely what didn't happen. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And despite giving him more time, you still had to walk over and check the race game yourself.
Yeah.
Well, we can't all be God Rudders like you, Swerve. Sorry.
Okay. That's all. I just wanted to hear that. Now we can conduct the rest of the interview.
All
We do have a spicy cold stir fight going on now.
That's
Yeah.
very. Oh, that's monk-ass.
So I see that they did get the cape. What percentage
They
of
did.
our conversation do you think was us arguing whether or not I'm going to get that cape?
He disobeyed me 3 times, chat. So I am never piloting Duck again. Just way insubordinate. Obviously
I got
Red
the
came
blue
first,
mail,
but
I got the bottles that you want. I didn't even use the B.
almost dies several times.
Yeah, several.
Several. One.
Several.
Once
times.
because Aggo went
Mm-hmm.
all blue ball on me, which is
You already forget about
unsurprising.
that blue bush guard?
Okay, twice. Anything that's blue was a problem.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
But
so
shout outs to Duck on the arrow capacity upgrade,
Yes.
by the way.
Yeah.
That was his idea.
Yeah.
That
And
was
I said the
Arrow-
following words I never thought I would say. Duck, that was a highly intelligent move. I'm very proud of you.
Yeah, after
yeah,
the cape argument.
I assumed it was Solsky's idea. I'm not gonna lie.
I think everyone did.
I'm kind of
because we
shocked
then-
right now.
After the cape argument, we then devolved into a argument about arrows. There was arrows and chicken hunt. I was like, I don't want to get those. I'll just make my clip. And he was gonna make me get those. And I was like, well, let's just see if I get any in ice. And I was like, oh wait, is there money? Because I can just get the refill. And there was money. So there you go.
And then Colster had $50 anyways. But
Yeah, it wouldn't have been enough, so it didn't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Now here's a question, Duck. Did you forget that you can do hook speed without a sword, or did you just choose to walk everywhere?
I do hook speed without a sword. What? Oh, in the very beginning?
Everywhere when you had hook shot and boots. You just never. Like-
Unless it's where? Unless it's like a place I knew do hook speed
On-
normally,
on-
I'm never gonna think
like
about
Eastern
it.
on
I
Death
take it,
Mountain,
yeah.
on like on all sorts of
I
places.
did spin
On-
speeds. It's not like I wasn't doing spin speeds.
I
Yeah,
remember
but you
him
had
saying
the
now.
hook-
I remember him saying now that you bring that up. Oh yeah, I have the hook shot when he was going
Yeah.
shut down to,
The first
Red Cave.
the first trip up. Well, first of all, all my mental energy was making sure I didn't clip up the Hera.
I
So
could,
wasn't really
I could
paying-
tell. I could feel it through the internet. Like
There
it
was-
was
yeah,
palpable.
I really had to make sure I went the right way, and there was also a lot of screaming "Don't bomb" clip in the beginning of Ice Palace too. So
Yeah.
those are the two probably hardest parts of the seed was those two moments, making sure I didn't cheat horribly.
Yeah, it's fair. So on the positive side of this was a really nice seed actually for this. Like
I was like, wow, Emo's gonna be mad about how free the seed was.
Yeah,
Like,
it
for me
was-
to route it, it was actually like easy. Like,
These have been
much
pretty
easier than last time.
These have been pretty fun to do with like some of like the low stuff, and we just had tempered and boots and like. I mean, we needed the hearts for Spike Cave. Like we were trying to do the math the entire time. I knew I could get the extended fairy state, but I wasn't exactly. I knew like 5 hearts, hookshot, and cape. I could do it, but we weren't sure if we were going to have cape. We weren't going to double dip for it, so we got some more. We got the extra bottle, and then once we realized how many hearts we had,
Yeah.
I was pretty sure I could make it without it. And then once I got there, I was like, I had like 4 hearts. And I just picked it up and saved my
Yeah.
red potion.
yeah.
Which thank God, because apparently Aga is the hardest enemy in this game.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
true.
Yep.
Yeah,
Real
easily
quick-
blew 50 seconds at the end there.
Yes. Also, I will say this: I have never in my life seen you press the Y button so many times so quickly as you did when trying to get Torch Glitch.
Do you know the last time I did Torch Glitch with the lamp? It's with the Fire Rod was in Hookshot Cave, and we debated whether or not to get it.
No, it was not in Hookshot Cave. Or no, Fire Rod
Excuse
was in
me?
Hookshot Cave.
Okay.
It was Silver. I was getting confused with Silver Arrows, which were in Turtle Rock. but,
all I knew about Silver's locations was you're never getting those, and I was like,
Yeah,
"Alright."
yeah. That's the Solsky special. Just you're never getting those. Just FYI.
Those are not happening now. That's all I knew about Silvers was they were not to be had. So, but I had once I had tempered, I was fine. We had
Yeah.
tempered. If I had Master Sword, I would have been getting that cape. But
And then just go back to what's still going on the stream here for a moment. And I'm gonna regret doing this, but squeeze in another compliment for Duck on picking up that arrow expansion. Because Arusta just had to go around to that double fire bar room to pick up some arrows to do this GT climb.
Yeah, it's a lot of time spent doing that to get some arrows. But well, while we're sitting here, I know Solsky and I discussed this earlier in the week, but Duck and Solsky, how did you guys feel about this mode? And also Solsky, who is your preferred person to work with, and why is it me?
This is a really awkward conversation because I had like pet peeves working with both of you. So, but I'm gonna say you were both great to work with, and I'm glad I'm teammates with you guys. And I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Solsky
It's a nice
definitely
diplomatic
held
answer.
Solsky has definitely had some on-the-job people training. Clearly,
Yeah.
That is a very diplomatic. Nobody gives an answer that diplomatic.
I'm gonna break it down.
Married and employed.
I'm gonna break it down in a very professional manner. Emo had a lot of questions throughout the race, and I appreciate the input and the follow-ups. And then Duck was just Duck was
I got us arrows. Okay.
Adventurously willing to go against direction. It's several moments in a race. I'll leave it at that.
The cape was on the moon, Solsky. I wasn't getting it. It was so far away. Might as well have been in Totoroka,
Neat.
I got the brewery bottle. I got it. I never used it. I had that bee. We took that little bee on a little adventure around Hyrule. He went to the top of a mountain, so I was sure that was exciting for him.
I'm sure he did appreciate it.
But you never let him out.
I didn't ever let him out. He's my little prisoner.
I don't think I've ever had a more disturbing conversation about a bee in a bottle in this game than in this particular moment.
It's like Silence of the
There's
Lambs.
something about it's not even just what you're saying. It's something about the way you're saying it that it just sounds so horrifying. God.
It represents change. It's metamorphosis.
Bees don't metamorphose. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they do.
Just duck things right now.
They have larva stages and then they become bees. That's metamorphosis.
No.
Yes.
No, it's not metamorphosis unless there's a pupa.
Okay, all right, fine.
Do we have a beekeeper in chat?
No.
Like weighing on this? Can we consult an expert?
You need a pupa and then a chrysalis, and then there's a whole process for metamorphosis.
Do bees have a complete metamorphosis?
Metamorphosis.
The process is called complete metamorphosis, which means that the form of the bee changes drastically from the larva to the adult. See, we all learned something today on speed gaming. Thank you.
Have I ever told you guys, SG chat, how annoying Duck is sometimes because he...
I thought you were going to say something
right.
else there.
No. The problem with Duck is that when he's right, he has a very particular way of saying whatever it is he's right about. And it triggers a very deeply set, violent part of my brain. And it just hurts. It just hurts so bad. Oh, yeah, I might have said that in my stream. That's a good point. But it is true. Meanwhile... go ahead.
I was just saying I should have picked up the cape because we were 8 short.
Are you gonna pick up 7 more capes after that? Like what were?
Well, the cape. What else didn't I pick up, Eddie? I guess we could have gotten the arrows from Chicken Hut, and then I don't know, some other stuff. I guess I don't know. I did get a map.
Yeah, I did see you pick up a few interesting things.
There was
actually,
all those Turtle Rock keys.
Yeah, Solsky. Why are we picking up so many Turtle Rock keys?
Why are we not? Like, when we don't know if we need to go in or not yet.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff was a lot of stuff was early. Like the Hype Cave. I know there's a map in Hype Cave.
Yeah.
Solsky was still trying to figure it out, and like there was a couple. If you notice, there was a couple pauses where he was trying to figure out where I was going.
I did
At
notice.
those situations, it's just like, just grab everything. 'Cause he's still getting the entire route down. But like once we we were 20 minutes in, we were like, we're almost done routing. I wasn't even done. I'm like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys were half an hour in and you were almost done. I mean, like I think we were in go mode in the seed. For all, I mean, we assumed we were in go mode. I think at like 36 minutes or something like that.
Go mode for us
Besides
officially was
the big key, yeah.
Yeah, go mode for us was that GT big key. We were officially done right then. Besides like figuring out arrows.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I had a mimic clip, like if we didn't have money, that'd be fine.
Plus, all
Alright,
those like TR small keys too were like really in path. Like you got to defend against swings in the route that you're not seeing, like Spike Cave, for example.
All right, we do have
Caught that at the
Arusta,
right time.
though. Sorry to interrupt. I just want to point out that Arusta is going in Dega too.
I
Let's
think-
see how Arusta fares.
Tyler-
Hookshotting in the first one is not going to help.
Tyler pointing out that they had a much better Hellway than I did, which one would hope. 'Cause
Yeah.
that was a little adventure. For a second, I thought I saw flux. I think there is some sort of weird soft lock in there, getting lift on the bumper, but
You get a few rooms in GT that were interesting. The Saga 2 is also going a good bit better than yours in some
these
ways.
patterns, like, what are you supposed to do with these
Oh,
patterns?
that was a nice triple.
Okay, you get a triple. Shut my mouth, apparently.
Oh man. So we gotta talk about what our record is gonna be after this. I think
I'm
If we win the next 2 games, we're gonna be third.
Yeah.
No, there's a good chance we're gonna have a 4-way tie. I asked Fear. I was like, so what
No.
happens if there's a 4-way tie? And he's like,
No. We're good for third. We win the tiebreak.
But the tiebreaker's head to head, and how's
No,
that-
it's not. It's if there's more than 2 teams in the tiebreak, then it's aggregate between all the teams, and we win out.
Okay, I must have misread
And
that.
even if we do head to head, we win out. Drop my mic.
I mean, if you're right, you can't drop your mic before you're proven right.
Then look it up yourself.
It's like going like bees don't have a
See,
metamorphosis and
chat,
then dropping
this is
mic.
chat,
I
chat,
didn't-
this is what I had to deal with for an hour. That was fun.
Hey, it's only an hour. You got 5 hours of this tomorrow, buddy. I'd hate to break it to you.
Oof, getting a really unfortunate fire bat there. Got tagged at the very last minute. So sitting on a heart and a half on Arusta's side. Gonna have to be a little bit careful. We will see. I think Duck did about 73,000 lanterns to try and light the torch. So we'll see how many we get on Arusta's side.
Yeah. I also-
Hopefully it doesn't use the lamp as much, or Arusta will run out of magic.
Did no one see my bat walk? That was nice. Like that was pretty.
Oh,
good.
you know how you snuck into the fire ring?
Yeah,
That
Yeah,
was
I
that
pointed
was
that out.
nice. You did do it.
That was risky as heck without doing ice
Uh-oh.
force, by the way.
Well,
Well,
we got
Arusta does
0 lamps on torch
Yeah.
glitch. So
miss the torch glitch, but he does have a blue potion. Looks like he's okay. Just gonna take the fall. Yeah, missing torch glitch when you just have the lamp sucks a lot.
No, it's not. I mean, lamp triples are really, really hard, and you can get doubles without torch glitch.
yeah, we are gonna have to be careful with magic though here. I think he used the cape on the first round, so that's not going to be an option to him unless he has a magic filling potion.
He's got a blue.
He's
Being
got a
told,
blue.
yeah, he's got a blue. Okay.
Yeah, which is why it's kind of looked like when he was pausing, he was kind of debating whether to just go for it or not. And I guess if you're just not comfortable, Might as well just take the fall rather than going for it and having it go south on you.
Yeah. He's got several potions. He's got a green and a red.
One of each.
Fortunately, missing that sword slash, so he did get some fire bats there. I was a little bit worried he was going to get bodied right off of the platform there, but managed to do the smart thing and not hold anything on the D-pad. So
I'm gonna fill up that health. One more hit to go into phase 4 coming up. Let's scan inside, stop warping. There we go.
oh wow,
That is unfortunate. Taking a note out of Duck's book and mashing that Y button, but unfortunately running out of magic.
I
This is the torch glitch.
Can I go get the fire rod now and do it that way?
no, no, you no.
Just duck things.
Look, I learned from
just
12401
duck
runner Dow to never do lane glitch. That's what I've learned.
What did you learn from 125 whatever runner Josh RTA?
Yeah, don't push A too early.
Quit the game.
With the game.
Looks like we're deciding what we're doing here.
Assuming Arusta wants to fill up on magic and wants to save that last blue potion. Doesn't have any rupees.
I didn't. Do we know what the? I don't think we ever checked the fairies.
One of them, I think the waterfall fairy was a green potion, because I think I saw them. I think that's actually where that green potion you had came from, because he was in there earlier.
Yeah, the waterfall potion is green. But with the flute and the boots, go get that full magic refill off of the tree near the Kakariko Dark World Warp. I was really starting to wonder if we were gonna do some kind of clip there. It looked like he was stealing himself for a.
You can't unsee them once you know how to do them.
Yeah,
Like,
it's,
once you know the magic, you just see clips everywhere. It's like the Matrix. I don't even see the walls anymore, man. It's just Hera, BT.
yeah, you're
that's
not
a-
wrong.
It's a reference for anyone who was alive in 1999, by the way.
Yeah, they were filming the fourth one in San Francisco a little while ago, and it was a giant nightmare.
Yeah.
They took all the parking near my hairdresser. It was a real problem.
I think you telling me that they were filming it near you was how I learned there was going to be a Matrix 4, because I had zero idea.
Yeah, I feel like everybody involved with the Matrix
Oh, I guess we didn't need these
probably
things.
should. Yeah. I don't know. Somehow Keanu Reeves has just gotten better looking as he's gotten older, so he's the only person from the original that deserves to be in the movie.
Excuse you? How dare you forget Cowboy Curtis? Yes, Tyrosol in the chat.
He's gotten
Also-
he's gotten real puffy.
Hey,
I love how you use the term puffy.
the puffy Cowboy Curtis.
I mean, it's like I feel like I don't know. I was trying to figure out like which word is like the least bad for me to use right now. But he's just generally like expanded, you know. He's like that expanding foam that you put on like your outdoor faucet to seal it up. He just kind of keeps growing.
What is happening in this conversation right now?
A lot of things are happening. A lot of things are happening, Swerve.
Okay, I mean, I just like zoned out for like a minute, and then I hear Cowboy Curtis and Danny Foam, and I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah, it's a whole thing. So it looks like we are ready for our next attempt on the Ganon fight. We have acquired our resources. We're gonna get this last fairy here. Be on full health. And we're going back. It's time. It's time to make it happen.
Time for revenge.
I believe.
I want this Ganon fight to be the Final Fantasy VII remake of Ganon fights. Whereas the original... No. I want it to just look breathtaking and be gorgeous and somehow way better than it has any right to be. And I just want it to be incredible. And yes, cost $70. Thank you, Tyler.
For a third of it.
Yeah, yes, Duck. I know. It's a good game. It's really good. Everybody should play it. All right, I like the early use of the bottle. It's kind of like calling your shot. It's like this is the one.
Yeah, using that cape to get through the hardest phase again in there. Now sitting at full magic. Just gotta... Now you can probably safely mash the heck out of that Y button and not run out of magic.
I think he should be good. I mean, I think there's certainly a window of timing where if you do mash it for the entirety of that window, you can run out of magic still here, but... Alright, we are good to go. We've gotten our torch glitch. We are commencing phase Quattro of Ganon here. Welcome to Speed Gaming Uno, home of the Quattro. Alright, it's going pretty well so far. We're not really going for those triples, but just going for these nice, comfortable doubles. Nothing wrong with that.
Why do you think
are really hard, especially on top?
Why do you think Ganon has torches in this room?
I
I
mean,
don't know. How is he gonna
it's-
see?
yeah, it's a
It's a dungeon.
yeah, it's kind of an enclosed room, Swerb.
It's a literal
Yeah, but he's like
pit.
invincible when they're not lit, so like why doesn't he just take them out?
Yeah, why does he just live in internal darkness so he won't die? That's
It's just the life
Seems
I
like a
want to
real-
live.
I mean, he used to be human, right? He used to be, or Gerudo at least. He used to be, Ganondorf. So I don't know. He's probably got books he wants to read.
I thought that lore's not until Ocarina of Time. I thought Ganon's just Ganon. There is no Ganondorf.
No, it was like the Link to the Past like U.S. Instruction manual. I think is when they call him like Ganondorf Dragmire. And I don't think that was like officially canon until later, probably until Ocarina of Time or something.
Yeah, the timeline is all kinds of weird. But with that, we can say GG to Arusta. Getting it done. and we'll see if they want to come in and talk for a little bit. Looks like we are joined by Arusta. Welcome, Arusta.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi. GG on
congrats
finishing.
on finishing that out.
Thank you. Yeah,
And we-
don't know what happened. The first time just messed up the torch glitch. Second time ran out of magic. Oof. It happens.
Yeah. Well, your opponent, Duck, actually spammed the fire rod even harder than you when he ran out of magic. He just happened to have a little bit more magic because he didn't use the cape. So he survived it, but yeah, it happens. We've all been there.
Yeah, and GG Duck.
Yeah, GG. Nice run.
And GG to Solsky too.
Thanks, guys. Good game.
Yeah, we've also got Diesel Martini here with us in voice, who was the co-pilot, I believe, for this seed. What did you guys think of the seed?
I thought it was pretty good. I mean, I'm outside of the torch glitch thing. I'm happy with the way we played. I think we did a good job routing. I don't think we had a whole lot of major mistakes or things we missed or anything like that. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I thought it was a fairly nice seed. I didn't think there was anything that was too trolly about it. So yeah, overall pretty good.
Very good. I think one thing that your opponents did, they routed in those sword upgrades a little bit earlier than you guys did. So being on Master Sword and then Tempered for a lot more of the boss fights definitely helped out a little bit, as well as just in the dungeons and in the overworld. Was there any particular reason that you guys opted to defer those until later, or was that just kind of the way your plan worked out?
I mean, I think that was sort of just the way our plan worked out. I was definitely thinking, especially as I was doing Fighter Sword land modes, wow, this is super slow. Probably next time we should make sure we have a sword, second sword or something, or a bow.
Yeah, that fight can definitely drag a little bit when you don't have at least some kind of weapon. You had the hammer, which does good damage, but it's not an easy fight with the hammer for sure, especially on low health.
I almost bit it on that landmo fight.
You sure did.
I forgot about that one when we were going over the oops, but yeah, that was a bit close on that one.
There were a number of bit close moments or sketchy moments on the Yutang clan side.
There was the first blue guard.
Okay, you started at 1 when you first came in here, and now we're up to 3, so there's probably another 3 you're not thinking about.
Yeah, the rest of them are fine, I think. Except the little. Can we just group all the upper part of GT into one? Is that fine?
No, we cannot.
Moldorm and Hellway and Aga guys can just be one.
I have never once been allowed to aggregate my list into a summary statement. It has always been itemized for my pain. So we will be reviewing a comprehensive list with multiple levels of indentation. There are sub-lists. It's going to be good. But yeah, Arusta actually had by comparison, some pretty nice rooms in GT. A couple of the places where Duck got tripped up a little bit, Arusta got through really clean and very nice. And the Aga 2 fight, Arusta definitely nailing that triple. That was super sweet.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, the first couple cycles I got messed up, but then I got back on track. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I was happy with the way the seed went. I mean, Duck, I saw your time, so you guys must have done quite well, I think. So I'll definitely look forward to watching this back.
Yeah, I think it was a good one. You both routed pretty similarly. There was a little bit of difference in the end game. Again, aside from the sword upgrade thing, it was a little bit of difference in the end game, just in terms of the order you did stuff. But by and large, pretty similar plan. So it'll be a good one to watch back, I think.
That at least makes me feel a little bit better, because I know that you guys have been practicing quite a bit, and so to hear that kind of the routing decisions that I kind of had Arusta go through were very similar to what Solsky plotted out, gives me a little bit more confidence.
Yeah, for sure. And I think this is such a weird kind of mode. It's so different from the way people ordinarily play the game. It's a whole different skill set in a lot of ways, and so it'll be interesting to watch back for sure. But now that we are all wrapped up here, we're gonna probably start to wind things down. So I'll just go around and say final thoughts from any of our runners and co-pilots.
I was just gonna say, I mean, congratulations again on the win, Duck. Looking forward to seeing you guys, how you guys do in the rest of the tournament. I mean, it's gonna be next week, and looks like there might even be a 4-way tie depending on how things play out. So definitely rooting for you guys.
Yo, thanks. Yeah, I think definitely a fun mode. Like it. Really straightforward seed. I think Solskjaer's job is pretty easy. My job is pretty easy. This one, so we didn't get to do some of the cool, fun stuff like 3 Heart Fighter Storm off we were doing in practice. But yeah, I think it was a good one. It was fun. So GG's to you guys, and I think that's pretty much all I gotta say.
Yep. Either of our co-pilots have anything you guys want to say, or?
I just want to say GG's to you guys, and throw a shout out to Imosaru and Swerve for commentating, and Tyler Salt for doing the tracking, and everybody behind the scenes with the restream. Really appreciate everybody volunteering their time to make that happen for us all. Appreciate it.
Very cool. Well, I've just been informed that I'm speed running the shutdown here because I know the fantasy people would very much like to see the in-game stats. Duck and Solsky failed to earn the moral victory by getting the correct collection rate. So we'll give it a second here, and we'll see what the long shots are able to make happen. 1029 Pegasus boots, or no, 456 Pegasus boots. 1029 for a sword. I love these credits. They're terrible in the best way.
Yeah, look at the nice 3, 3, and 3 for the sword kills on bosses there.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say that's the real reason why we routed our sword that way. We were thinking of the fantasy league people. That's really the main motivation behind it. At least
That
that's what
makes
I mean.
sense.
Getting some of those extra points there.
Yep. So, all right. So 71 out of 216. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to admit it, by Price is Right rules, this does mean that Duck and Solsky won. They were the closest without going over. So
What was the correct answer?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it, but it's real nice.
It's between those two numbers.
Yeah, the correct value is bounded by the current set of results. So, at any rate, thank you guys for watching. See, Swerve, do you know if we've got anything going on speed gaming right now? Do we have anything else happening in the randomizer community?
I know nothing.
Why'd you guys
Sorry,
That's just
no
a
help.
beautiful
Why'd you have to
summary.
put Swerve on the spot like that, Emo?
Because I forgot to
No.
look it up, and I was hoping that
So
he
she's
was a
throwing me
better
under the
person than
bus.
me.
Well, I actually pulled it up. So there's one at 10 a.m. tomorrow between Feline Paralysis, and then basically starting at 10, there's ones every hour or so, 10 Eastern, pretty much every hour until late evening. So
The
Thanks.
bailout.
Thanks, not one of the commentators.
Yeah, very appreciated.
That
So,
was very
shout-
professional and very well done.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Shout outs to our tracker and our SG helper folks here, because they are apparently doing our jobs much better than we would. So thank you, Tyler, for doing the thing.
Tyler, what Emo's saying is that she sucks and she's very helpful she's very thankful that you bailed her out.
I'm very helpful
Shout-outs.
that he bailed me out. That is correct. I am very helpful. Helpfully thankful about the fact that he bailed me out. Anyway, it's been great. So,
Yeah, it wasn't Tyler
Swerve,
talking,
thank you for... Oh, who was it?
There's a runner. This person who was literally just racing this
Yeah, it was
Oh.
came in and showed us.
That's
off.
fine. I took Tyler's name away from him yesterday.
That's even better.
Now we're just transferring it to someone else. The U-Tang clan just cannot get the long
Does that
shots
mean that we
name
get?
right.
Poor
does
Tyler
that
gets
mean it-
no
does the-
respect
do the long
whatsoever.
shots get any of your points? That's what.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it was worth a shot.
All right. Well, thank you, Tyler, for doing all the stuff you do anyway. He was being very helpful in chat in the Discord, so I just assumed that he was providing useful information in voice as well. But yeah, with that, thank you everybody. Thank you Sorb for talking with me. It was real fun.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
Yep, and we will catch you guys later. So bye.
Bye.